Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the weekly meeting for Plano West Rotary. Today is Tuesday, June 29th, the last meeting of our Rotary year. So, woohoo! And thank you for everybody showing up. So what I would like to do now is turn this over to our Sergeant of Arms. This is going to be his last call of duty as Sergeant of Arms, because Steve Lawton's in training right now, so he can learn how to do it, because I'm sure he's really concerned about this. So take it away, Mike.
All right, thank you. I learned my trade from Steve years ago, and all I can tell you is be ready for Steve next week, because he's a hard-nosed sergeant of arms. Sorry for last time I charged everybody $1 here at Rotary, so I don't think that was right. So the people on Zoom getting a free brag. So we're going back to free brags here at Greek House. So I'm gonna start with Joanne. Do you have a brag?
Well, I guess I have a request. Hey, is anybody out there, want to come hang out with me at Bowman on Tuesday mornings? So we could really use the help. It's actually a lot of fun, and you definitely get your cardio in. So, yeah, reach out to Catherine. We need help.
Thank you. Oh, Joy, how about you? You have a brag?
Well, I got a surprise dinner guest last night. My 3-year-old granddaughter came and had dinner with us, and that was really awesome. But I want to brag on Catherine, because I think she is working her fanny off. She and James, I know, are doing a lot on the global grant application, and I just can't thank them enough, because I know they're doing that on top of our PISD meals. So you guys are awesome.
Thank you. Going back to Zoom, Miss Julie Lynn, do you have a brag this afternoon?
I'm just gonna have to brag on the Plano West Rotary Club in general. Thank you guys for always being awesome, and I'm really excited to be inducted into this wonderful club.
Jennifer, do you have a brag this afternoon? You're muted.
Sorry, it takes me a while. It's not a brag, I guess, but I just thought it was awesome that Alex and Laura gave up their house this weekend and let us make a big old mess so that we could all be together in person. I thought that was really great. So thanks.
Mr. Locke could always come help us clean it up still. We haven't done it yet.
Steve, our incoming Sergeant of Arms, do you have a brag maybe you want to share with the club this afternoon?
Did you say me?
Yes, sir.
Yay. How's it going, everybody? Brag. This has been an interesting year in the air conditioning industry, having trouble getting equipment. So I'm going to give I'm glad it's overcast today, and we got things a little bit under control. It's a nationwide problem.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, a really, really big nationwide problem.
Thanks, Steve. Hey, Courtney, do you have a brag this afternoon? Hey, Courtney, I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Did I have a
brag? You have a brag you'd like to share with the club?
Anything that comes to your mind that's happened recently, or
anything you want to brag about, share with the club?
Yeah. So I know Christina Todd is here somewhere. She's being inducted today, and I just wanted to brag on her, because she's the one that got us connected with Plano West. Her and I and my little brother Chase, who should be here today too, went to Alex's and Laura's barbecue this weekend, and we just really enjoyed the company, and we're looking forward to being a part of the club.
That's a perfect brag. Thank you. Sean, do you have a brag this afternoon?
Was that LaShawn?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, hi, everybody. I don't have a particular brag, but I've missed the last 2 or 3 meetings, so I'm just tickled to be here today. Good to see y'all.
Glad you're here. Jennifer, do you have a brag this afternoon?
You already did.
I meant James. I'm sorry. The screen's so far away. Couldn't read the name. James, you ever brag?
Yes, I'm piggybacking. I believe it was Jennifer who said, Alex and Lauren, I'd like to thank you guys for providing me with an opportunity to see everyone on Sunday or the other day, brother. It was amazing. And my wife just thought you guys were a figment of my imagination, but she got to actually meet Glenn. She met Mike. So Michelle, she really knows you guys exist. And it's not me and some of my psychological issues. Again, it may be some anyway, but she had an opportunity to meet all of you. So I enjoy it. Alex, thank you for that.
You are welcome. Hey, Mike, we're gonna have to call Bragg's to an
I
end.
got 30 more seconds, Mr. President. I got
Well,
one.
so it's over now.
Is it over?
Yeah, we've got a long agenda
Back to
today.
you.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much for doing the brags for the last time. And for everybody, past President Steve Lawton will be our Sergeant of Arms. And so I'm excited to see Steve in action. I understand he trained Mike. So we'll see the original, the OG who's going to do our brags very well. So, but Mike's done an awesome job and I really thank him for doing it. Well, what we're going to do now, we're going to obviously do our prayer. And so we're doing things a tiny different on Zoom, so I'm not as smooth as I usually am. So bear with me if you think I'm smooth. Oh boy, this isn't going to work like I wanted it. What do we see here? We see, let us pray.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. So what I would like Mr. James Thomas to lead us in prayer.
Dear gracious Father, again, we come to you thanking you for so many blessings. One of those blessings, gracious Lord, is the fact that we have an opportunity to assemble ourselves with some amazing leaders in our community and in our world. So thank you for that opportunity and thank you for blessing us. Jesus Christ, as we think about all the things and all the pain that we've endured during certainly the pandemic, we pray that one of the blessings that we had is to become much closer to you. We pray that the world has become closer to you. Please continue to guide us and focus us on doing your will instead of our will. And Jesus, a special prayer out for Isabel, one of our Rotarians and a colleague of ours. In Jesus Christ's name, we all pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, James. I think I am just, there we go. Well, next, I am going to ask Joanna to lead us in the pledge. So take it away, Joanna.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. What we're going to do now is what I call the best part about the meeting. We're going to vote and induct both Julia Lynn and Christina Todd. This will be the last time we will do this for this Rotary year. So this is kind of exciting. Just for a point of numbers, they will make the 48th and 49th new member that we have voted and inducted on over the last 12 months. So it's very exciting. So for those that haven't been here before, we do this via the Zoom polls capability. So Glenn will track our votes in person, which I think everybody there is a member, so we're good to go. And then those that are on Zoom who can't vote is Courtney and Chase and Julia and Christina. Obviously, you two can't vote for yourself. So we're going to go ahead and pop the votes up here, or we're going to pop the poll up here, and I'd like everybody on Zoom to quickly vote. So we should all be seeing it now. Very good. So Glenn, are we unanimous in person?
We are 6 votes.
Awesome. And we are unanimous We are unanimous on Zoom. So you guys both have been voted into the Plano West Rotary Club, Julia Lynn and Christina Todd. So congratulations. Now, both of you have seen our induction before, so it shouldn't be a surprise. But now at this point, what I'm going to do is formally induct both of you. And so I'm going to be speaking to you personally. I am having so many technical difficulties you guys don't know. That's what I get for trying something new. I told Zane I hate trying things new that I don't get to practice, and I am currently having problems, but let's see if I can fix it here. Okie dokie. Wow. Okay, here we go. Very, very, very good. All right, so first I'm going to talk to Julia Lynn. Julia, this is between me and you, and everybody else is in the audience as we do our induction here. So Julia Lynn. And I've had the honor of knowing Julia for, I guess, 4 years now. And so it's pretty awesome that we're going to be inducting her into the Plano West Rotary Club. So Julia, you have been proposed for membership and the club has elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you into the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand you are aware of Rotary's requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to you the attention of the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as the president of the Rotary Club of Plano West, I am pinning this Rotary, virtually pinning this Rotary emblem on you and declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association in the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International. Do you want to say a few words, Julia? We all know you can speak, so do you want to say anything to the club?
Just again, thank you. It's been like a really wonderful past 3 to 4-ish years, getting to know everyone. Y'all are amazing, always doing so much to help the community, and I'm excited to be part of such a wonderful club.
For those that don't know, Julia is most likely the youngest Rotarian in the world, because you can't join Rotary till you're 18, and she turned 18 5 days ago. So no, we have no idea, but most likely she is, unless somebody just turned 18. All right, well, welcome to the club, Julia. Well, next, Christina, I am talking to you. We've had the opportunity of meeting you at our meetings. You were at the barbecue, so you got that. You've met more people in our club than a lot of members in our club because you were at the barbecue. So that's awesome. So now I'm speaking to you, Christina. So Christina Todd, you have been proposed for membership and the Rotary Club has elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you into the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand you are aware of Rotary's requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to your attention the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as the president of the Rotary Club of Plano West, I pin this Rotary emblem on you virtually, and you declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association in the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International. So Christina, what do you want to say to your new club?
Well, thank you for taking me in, making me active, because with everything that I went through with my previous district, it's been wonderful getting to know the people that I've met so far, and I look forward to meeting everyone else and working with different groups and organizations, like committees and whatnot within the club. And yeah, I'm really excited.
We are so happy to have you. Both Christina and Julia, Roxana and Mihir and the membership team, they will be reaching out to you today with your new member kit and walking you through our new member onboarding. So they will answer all your questions. And Roxana is a pro at it. She's inducted and onboarded the majority of our new members. So I'm excited for all of us to get to know both of you and work with you more. Now, before I move on, Gary, are you wanting to say something? Your mic is on, my friend. Turn your mic on.
Is that better?
There we go.
Yeah, I apologize for being late. I had problems getting into the meeting.
For those that don't know, Gary is, among other things, a longtime Rotarian. He's also the chairperson of our scholarship committee.
Yes, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Since we just inducted Julia into our club, I have some other news I'd like to give at this time. We figure this might be a good time. She applied for one of the scholarships this year as a senior, and we wanted to let her know today that she is one of the winners of the scholarship. Yes, yes, yes. And on top of that, she is also the Brenda Taylor recipient. Now, I know Julia probably doesn't know who Brenda Taylor is, but I know we're having a meeting, I think in August, about Brenda, and she'll learn a lot about that. But that's a high honor in our club. So I want to thank her for applying. And she'll be getting a letter in the mail with instructions in the next few days. It was mailed out yesterday, I think, telling her how to get the scholarship money. And so congratulations again for everything. That's it.
Congrats, Julia. So Julia actually makes the second scholarship recipient who's a member of our club, because Bianca Weimer, who received a scholarship last year, joined after she graduated, who is our public image chair, and Plano Senior High School Interact Advisor. So that's awesome that we have our former youth alumni now in our club and to carry it forward. All right, what I'd like to do now is, I'm gonna do this. Everybody see that screen, right? We're gonna do the foundation moment. So you're gonna watch a little video. Supposedly. Today. this is Rotary's global service project in polio now. And it's interesting if you think about it, everything that we do for polio, we also do for COVID, because it's a disease that we're eradicating through vaccinations. And so I thought that video was really poignant because this is Rotary's signature global service project, and our club has been significant in donating to polio on a regular basis. And the same components are done in COVID, and all of us in different ways have been part of the COVID process as well. So that is our foundation moment for the day. So next, I'm going to turn it over to Roxana, who's going to do our member moment. So take it away, Roxana.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our membership moment. So this is a very special week because we have a very special member that is going to introduce herself. And this week, Sneha is gonna talk about herself. We're gonna know more about her. So I wish I can tell you guys things about her, but I'm gonna let her do it. So Sneha, this is your time.
You're muted. Snehal, you're muted. We can't hear you.
That's what I thought. Hi, everybody. First of all, thank you, Alex, for hosting wonderful party. Other day, it was so nice to meet everybody from the group there. And I'm excited to be part of this. That was my first meeting with all of you. Okay, and something about myself, I think I connected with few of you guys. Just to begin with, I have been doing this service projects or giving back to the community for long time now. I started it almost when I was a teenager. But as I said, when I met some of you there, as I said, right, life happens. You get married, you have job, you have kids. I didn't get much time in last couple of years to give back to the community. So that's why I decided to join Rotary Club. I'm also part of Women in Technology. I'm also part of the HOA Club, North Texas Food Bank, Building Better Leaders. So there are a couple of, and also I'm going to be a part of Shemal Fanek PTA. So I try my best to get some time out of our busy life to give back to the community. And at the moment, I'm working as a IT manager, program manager for one of the banks, city banks. And I'm enjoying it so far here. I moved to Texas 2 years back, and I'm enjoying it so far. Of course, COVID made it difficult to meet with people and do what you are doing, but I think we are on track now. So that's all about me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Snehal. It was great to physically meet her on Sunday, like everybody else. I'm so glad you're able to make it. Keep in mind, everybody, that wasn't my party. That was the club's party. It just happened to be at my house. And I told our board that too. That wasn't the Alex show. I was just the free facility. And so I'm glad we had a lot of people show up. Actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about that soon. So let me go through our member moment or our club business. Everybody see that, right? Cool. So I want to make sure everybody is welcoming Molly Hancock. She was at the party. She's been involved in the community. She will be our first induction of the new Rotary year next Tuesday. So everybody make sure if you haven't said something, text, email, call her, say hello. I also want to remind the 18 that haven't done it to fill out the Rotary waiver. The current one expires tomorrow. And so we need, you know who you are, you've received emails and text messages, go to the link, fill out the Rotary waiver. It's really, really important. I want to alert everybody, there's a district roundtable on July 17th. It's when all of the Rotary leadership in North Texas get together, presidents, district leadership. They talk. It's a great way of learning what's going on in the other Rotary clubs. And so I encourage everybody to get involved in that. Now, also, I would like to say we are, I think there was a little technology snafu in the newsletter, but on August 5th, the district is going to have an award celebration. That's Thursday. I think it's at a event center in North Dallas. And the board has agreed to purchase a table that covers 16 club members. We want as many people to show up. Now, this is what's important. We're only going to pay for club members. So if you bring your spouse, you need to sign them up separately and pay for it. It's a $35 ticket. So there's a sign up genius, which you can see it, bit.ly D58 awards. You sign your name up, but you need to separately sign your spouse up or your partner or whoever you're going to bring. Because obviously we're just going to pay for the club members, but we want as many people to go. And this is why. We've already won 2 awards automatically because they're statistics. And there's other awards that we should win if they're fairly judged, because we have just absolutely dominated. And so when we win, I want to have a lot of us there to cheer and to celebrate. So please, it's free for you. Pay for your partner and attend it. So go to that bit.ly. Also, quarterly dues are going to be going out in 2 days. We need everybody to pay in 30 days. Me, Glenn, and most recently Catherine have been going through lots of pains collecting dues because we have to pay, as everybody saw the email, there's a Rotary tax to pay. So if we don't make any revenue, it makes it really difficult to pay the tax. So we need, when you guys get your dues invoicing, we need you to pay it in the month of July. We've had some, we had some members that were 2 years in arrears. We've cleaned all that up. So as of today, everybody's up to date. So, and I've promised our incoming treasurer, Catherine, who is busy doing non-treasurer stuff, that Glenn and I would give her a clean slate and I would talk about every meeting, pay your dues. So she doesn't have to be calling you, because Catherine is, anybody knows her, she's a no nonsense person. So you think I'm tough, wait till you deal with her. Now, I want to talk, we did a hybrid survey. You guys see it up there. 40 out of our 64 members responded. I included our people who filled out applications. So that's 63% of the club. That's pretty phenomenal. 27 members, or 68%, said they prefer hybrid. Of that, 26% of them had been in the club over a year, including 5 past presidents. We had 8 members that said they preferred Zoom only. That 63% of them were under 21. So that says our younger members, they like the technology. And then in person, we had 5 members that said they prefer in person. 80% of them had been in Rotary greater than a year, and 4 of them were past presidents. So basically, as you can see, 88% of the club wants Zoom or Zoom hybrid. So basically the club has spoken. So what we're doing now is what we're going to be moving forward. Glenn and Zane are kind of, I don't know if you guys have other people on your committee, but they're figuring out the whole technology and the process. In fact, we're going to do a dry run this weekend to see, we have no idea how I'm going to run the meetings in person, because I do a lot. When we do it in Zoom, I have 3 monitors and everything. So we will figure out how. So just, I thought a lot of people have asked me the result of the survey. Now, what I want to do, because I'm out of time, I'm supposed to be talking now, is we had 3 service projects last week. Curbside meals with Catherine, which was phenomenal, every week. And so we also had a PALS orientation with Courtney Hitt. I don't know how that went or how many people showed up, and she's not on. I see Jennifer, quickly, we're out of time, so you got to speak quickly.
It was great. There were 3 of us that showed up. We got done in less than an hour. Everybody seemed excited and is ready to do the second training in August.
Cool, very cool. So I think we had 15 the first time. So that means we're looking at, close to 20 that might be going through the training, of which I will be one of them. So we're going to do another orientation. So people, please sign up.
Can I say something else real quick? I swear real quick. We did find out that you can sign up to set up or tear down and you never have to come in contact with the guests. And I know Courtney said some people had misgivings about that. So if you were concerned about that, you can still do the training and you never have to come in contact with the guests. Perfect.
If you have any questions, go to Courtney on it. And thank you, Jennifer. Now, we had the barbecue. Awesome. What we just saw, I'm not really into format. A lot of us have been through so many formal banquets and installations and all that kind of stuff. And we kind of decided, let's not do that. Let's just have a party. You guys don't need to know that I'm going to be the incoming president. You already know it. So why have a formal event? And so originally that was going to be our installation event. Instead, we just wanted to let our members have an opportunity to get together. We had 23 members that showed up. Obviously, there were a lot more friends and family. We had over 60 people. It was a lot of fun, I've heard. We were honored in that our entire district leadership showed up, which is a rarity. We had our current district governor and the next 4 after him. And so I hope you had an opportunity of meeting the people that are running North Texas Rotary for this year and the next 4 years. And so and they knew there was no formality. I told them no speeches, no nothing. This is just fun. So I thought it was great that they showed up. And then lastly, and we want to thank, you guys don't thank me, thank Laura. Laura did all the work. I just showed up and the board as well, helping everybody. So if she ever shows up, say great job to Laura. We have our final project of the Rotary year today. The first half of it was done this morning. And then the second half is this afternoon. So if you can show up, contact Catherine. If you're available at 4 o'clock for an hour and a half, we need lots of help at the 3 schools, Bowman, Shepton, and Clark, from 4 to 5:30 to deliver meals to families in need. So that's our club business, everybody. So now we're going to go into our speaker. It's me, so we don't need an introduction. What we're going to do, I'm going to do a year in review. Let's talk about Plano West Rotary. And we are awesome. You guys are just the most amazing club. We provide service to others. We promote integrity and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. That's our mission for Plano West Rotary. That's also Rotary International's mission. So how do we accomplish that mission? This shows a lot of us in the community in volunteer projects. So in terms of accomplishing that mission, let's find out how we did. Let's ask others. In February 23rd, John Huco, who is the Chief Executive Officer, General Secretary for Rotary. He is Mr. Rotary. He runs this $100 million organization that has close to 800 staff globally. He said that our club, is a real example for other clubs to look to and to follow. Last week, we had Tom Thorfinson. He's the Chief Strategy Officer for Rotary. Paid staffer. He's basically second in charge. He says he thinks we're doing a great job. In August, our Rotary district they opened up what they call the Public Image Olympics, and they identified 7 tasks that they want Rotary clubs to do to increase our branding and public image. And it's traditionally clubs didn't do these things. Well, Bianca and her public image team, they completed all 7 tasks within 2 weeks of it being announced. The second club didn't get it done till 4 months later. So we lapped them by 4 months. That's you guys, our club. Bianca kicked butt. And once again, as I said, she's one of our scholarship winners. John Huco, he also said, our website, we have a great website, fully branded, very interesting, very interactive. keep in mind, they have to be careful when they compliment clubs because they got 32,000 of them in the world. So when they say something about a club, everybody else is paying attention. Tom Thornfinson, he said, we're doing a great job. He's truly impressed. That was just last week. Rotary International, they said that you are the fastest growing of the 7,485 clubs in the United States. We've tripled our growth. This is Rotary International stat. We're not like making it up. This is you guys. This is what's exciting about what people are saying about us. John Hugo said, the diversity in our club is outstanding and notable. Very significant thing for Rotary to increase diversity, equity, and inclusion. Tom Thornfinson, he said, not every club does the amazing job that you're doing. Once again, we're getting compliments at the highest level. As I mentioned, we have these club awards. Well, there's a couple of them that are statistical awards. We've already won the district membership award. If we're the fastest growing in the United States, you know, we have totally dominated in our district. So boom, that's one award. You got to give Roxana and her membership team a great job, because part of that membership, you can get them in the front door. If anybody remembers what Hugo and Thorfinson said, the problem with Rotary is we get members in the front door and we lose more in the back door. Well, that's not the case with us. You know, our net gain is 42, which is triple, which is astounding. I'll show you some other stats of how amazing it is. So that tells you what Roxana is doing is keeping our membership. That's what's important. John Hugo said, we are truly, truly impressive. Thorfinson, he's really impressed with what we're doing. We're doing a great job. Then last but not least, we were the host club of the student that won the district four-way test speech contest. Well, Jenny Orff was the chair of that, but she had a lot of support from a particular student at a high school. You might have heard of her. Her name was Julia Lynn. We actually hosted, our club hosted an all Plano club four-way test speech contest. We partnered with 3 other Rotary clubs. They held it on a Saturday. Then each club selected 3 students that competed locally. Well, Julia competed for us locally. And if you guys remember, she won, did a phenomenal job. Well, then she went to the district and she also won. So we are going to accept the award as the host club for the district four-way test speech contest. Well, guess who's going to accept that award for us? Julia Lynn. She's already put it on her calendar. So she will be the first time that the winner of the contest will accept the award as a Rotarian. Yay, Julia. These are all things that you are doing, this club, and we are recognized from a global perspective. And that's what makes it so exciting. We just look at, we have so many pictures of our projects, what we did, and everybody has been involved in our project. So it's great to see what we've done. So now let's talk about how we did it. That's the key. Tom Thornfinson last week, he talked about the Rotary Strategic Plan. Not that many people in the club knew it, but we have been following the Rotary Strategic Plan. It's called the Rotary Action Plan. We have been implementing it all year. And there's 4 components to it. Increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. So let me kind of walk you through how we accomplished everything we did this year. If we look at increase our impact, we started off with volunteers. You have led over 1,000 volunteers to do service in Plano. 80% of them were not Rotarians. They were just part of the community. And we also emphasize the Rotary Foundation every week, because that's how we get our global impact. Well, what did we accomplish with that? We completed 75 projects this year. That's an average of 6 a month. Over 2,000 hours of service. From a Rotary Foundation perspective, our club had donated over $5,000 to the annual fund and $2,500 to Polio Plus. And keep in mind, as you know, we talk every meeting, Polio Plus gets matched by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So that 2,500 turns into 7,500 that we did to Polio Plus, which is also used for COVID. If we look at our outcomes from our impact, we have donated over $300,000 in goods by partnering with other organizations. We couldn't even write checks that big if we had the money in the bank, of which we don't. So the largest clubs in the district that have $1 million foundations locally, they don't donate this type of goods and services on an annual basis. They can't, they'd run out. We did it by partnering. We also, because of what we did for the foundation, we're top 3 in per capita annual fund for the district. We're also top 3 in per capita Polio Plus. So we have contributed to the Rotary Foundation at the highest level for our district. Then more importantly, what was our impact? That's all this goes into how we're impacting. We offered multiple youth scholarships, of which you've just heard one. Julia's the first one to hear that she got it for this year. We have definitely fed the hungry. I mean, wow, we were doing the Douglas community every other week for the first half of the year. We've been doing, we did Armstrong monthly. Now we're doing, 3 campuses every week. We have definitely been feeding the hungry. We have clothed the needy. We have provided school supplies for kids who needed it. We've increased Hispanic vaccinations up to 9%. And we're restoring the environment on a monthly basis. And we've also provided hygiene kits for the homeless and family members. That's all just locally. That's what you guys did. And then globally, we had our shoe project where we were providing resources for Haitian business owners, for micro entrepreneur. So all those 3,000 shoes that we collected the first half of the year, they were sent to Haiti and used for residents there to start their own businesses. And then of course, what we did for the foundation has massive global effects. So these are all ways that we have impacted. We have increased our impact. This list, don't try to read it. That's the list of all of our 75 projects that we've done this year. From the beginning, the first one, I can't remember, that was July 1st till today. We've done a lot. Now, when you look at those 75 and you group it by Rotary's 7 areas of focus, 52% of our projects had to do with local economic development, 19% were disease prevention and health, and then 15% are protecting the environment. So basically about 84% of our projects fall into these 3 areas of focus. So you kind of see where we're specialized at, where we are skilled at. And this is something that Shannon Maudlin, who's our community service chair, this is her big thing. She likes to focus. So she's like, so what are we good at? And so she's going to be looking at that, looking at what we've done in the past, and then trying to help us mold us into the future, which I'll talk more about later. If we have a team in our club that's trying to help everybody get on myrotary.org, please do it. We are actually below the statistic for the district and the number of members that are logging on it. So when people call you back in our club. If you do log into myrotary.org, there's a dashboard where you can see these stats I gave you. It'll talk about our funding. That big red is how much we donated. Compare that to the blue is how much we donated in cash. As you can see, it's not there. Our volunteering, our 1,000 volunteers are in blue. Our 2,000 volunteer hours are in red. All of you can see this 24/7 if you go into myrotary.org. Nothing secret. And here, this is showing what we have donated towards the annual fund. So when you think about how we increased our impact, I'm not gonna go through this, but these are some of the strategies that we used this year. And if you look at our results, they were very successful. So great job, everybody, because we are the #1 club in the United States, and that's because of all of you. And that was just increasing our impact. Now let's talk about expanding our reach, which is really something that it's what makes us really different as well. If you think about what Rotary wants clubs to represent their community. And depending on where that club is, if you're in Africa, it's a different type of community. Actually, is Wendy still here? Oh, she logged off. We're talking about Cameroon. She's looking to establish a connection with our club and a Rotary club in Douala, Cameroon, which is where she's from. Their culture is so different than ours, it's unreal. You know, every country is so different. I'm looking forward to us doing this with our different club members and finding Rotary clubs in their hometown. But in Plano, we're supposed to look like our community. So if you look at us on July 1st, Plano had about 300,000 people. Our club had 21 members. Plano, 51% women. Our club had 14%. Plano, 44% of the citizens are non-white. Our club was 10% non-white. In Plano, the adult median age was 51. Plano West Rotary, the adult median age was 67. In Plano, 46% of the community identified themselves as Christian. In Plano West Rotary, 100%. So obviously, we did not look like our community at all. And that's what Rotary wants Rotary clubs, to look like their community they're in. We also were losing members. So we can't say what we were doing was working. So we weren't doing what Rotary wanted us to do, and it wasn't working. So we needed to change. Well, and that's when this Rotary Action Plan really gave us a direction. Now, this is pictures from the club. I was in another Rotary club for 15 years, and I chose Plano West Rotary because the people are awesome, because it was the most active Rotary club in Plano in terms of service. That was one of the things that really drew me to this club. They always talked about what they did in planning for new services, and that was powerful. But when you look at these pictures, it doesn't look like Plano. It's those stats that I gave you. So we knew when I was ready to be president, I called everybody in the club and said, what do we need to do? Oh, we need to get new members, we need to get younger members. Everybody knew what we needed to do. And so what we did, we enacted Rotary's action plan. So let's see where we're at today. We went from 21 members to 63 members. We just inducted our 62nd and 63rd. We went from 14% female to 52% female. So we are a majority women club. Went from 10% non-white to 52% non-white. So we're a majority minority club. We are, if you notice, we're representing Plano. These are Plano stats. Our median age dropped, adult age dropped from 67 to 50. So at 55, I'm over the hill for our Rotary club, which is baffling because previously I think I was the third youngest in our club. So it's just amazing looking at the spread of age we have. We went from 100% Christian to 90% Christian. And that's because we have multiple religions represented. We have immigrants from 7 different countries, which is powerful. We're like a mini United Nations. 32% of our club is over 40. We range from 18 to 86. We're balanced in age, ethnicity, and gender. More importantly, we represent our community. So there's no right or wrong stat. It's just you need to represent the community you're a part of, and that we do. We have 9 college students. We're saying 18 to 22 in our club. That is 100% rarity. Christina was told when she's a 3rd generation Rotarian, she was told she couldn't join Rotary until she was 30. And that was just next door in the Fort Worth district, which is so wrong, it's unreal. That was the first, I'm like, they were wrong. I go, we have 1/3 of our club is under 30. And so that tells you how backwards some people, they make up these rules and it just hurts them. You know, obviously that's not us. We have members that represent the religions of Islam, Hindi, and Christianity. And we have members that don't practice a religion. That's great. We're representing Plano. We need to represent the community we're a part of. We have members that represent the LGBT community, which is very important. So we are representing the city that we're a part of. So once again, this is year in review. So let's think how we compare. because I am always talking about how awesome you guys are. So let's compare it. From the United States, 7,485 clubs. 2,115 of them gained members. So 28% gained one member or more. That's how bad COVID was, period, obviously. The median size for a Rotary Club in the US is 29 members. So they're predominantly small. If you think the minimum for a Rotary Club is 20 and the median size is 29, now there are 380 clubs in the United States that have 100 plus members. That's 5%. And so a lot of people would think that's a large club. Well, that's the upper 5%. A large club is something over that 29 median. Well, let's look at our district, District 5810, which is North Texas. We have 62 clubs. Only 18 of them gained members in the previous year. That's 29%. The median size is 30. There's 4 clubs that have 100 or more members. That's Park Cities, Dallas, Rockwall, and Waxahachie in that order. So Park Cities is now the largest Rotary Club. Well, then if we look at us, we have 63 members. We gained 42 members, which is a 200% increase. We represent 40% of District 5810's growth this year. You wonder why we had our 5 leaders of the district show up at our barbecue, because they wanted to meet this club that represented 40% of the growth for North Texas. That is you. We are now the 8th largest Rotary Club in North Texas. We were the 52nd on July 1st of last year. So we are a significant influence in our district because of all of you, because you volunteered, you served, you invited your friends, they like us, and they joined us, like Christina, Courtney, and Chase. If they didn't like you guys on Sunday, they would have bailed. Christina would say, you know, Alex, you know, I think I have other options I want to explore. But we have amazing people, and that's why I joined Plano West Rotary, and that's why all of you joined it. If you look up on the myrotary.org, these are some of the statistics that you can see. So you can see where we were. The blue is women. That's kind of, to me, that's a significant thing to look at. Now you see we're majority women. And I know a number of women that intend on joining our club, including Courtney that's here right now. And so we're going to be a more and more majority women club. And that represents Plano. That's what makes that important. So now when you look at our club, this is what you see. And Jen, you like right there? I was like that. You got your happy smile with their family. The shirts are family loaded, delivering food. This is our club now. When people think of Plano West Rotary, this is what they look like. This is what they think about, and that's what's powerful. Now, we expanded our reach through the Rotary Community Corps Plano Douglas community and lots of partnerships. We partner with lots of organizations. We don't do it alone, and that's how we've been successful. That's how we expanded our reach. Let's look at enhancement of participant. This is key. This is where our retention, people not leaving. Look at all the club leaders we have. I'm not going to list them, but if you notice, it's a lot. These are people that have chaired either service projects or committees. We have, and some people chair multiple. We have over 30 committees when you look at projects and club ones. I am not a chair of any of them. It is you. You guys are running our club. I just annoy you. So you do what you do. We have a lot of club leaders. We have a lot of volunteers, and we have you all making it happen. That's how we're able to engage our participants. Also, Rotary doesn't call a participant a club member. A participant is anybody who volunteers. So when you look at our pictures, you see the community volunteering with us. Remember, 80% of our volunteers are not in Rotary. A lot of you were part of that 80%, then you ended up joining. I think it took LaShawn like 1.5 years, didn't it? When she said, I'm like, why are you applying? I didn't think you were ever going to. Catherine was the same. She's like, oh, I'm too busy to join Rotary. And then she joined. Well, because people realize joining Rotary is about service. That's all it's about. You don't have to lead. If you want, well, then it's a job, but most people want to serve, and we provide that opportunity. Now, people love our t-shirts. That's our identity. I think that was one of the best things we could do, and our name badges. So when we're out volunteering, they know who we are. We have a lot of strategies that we implemented this year to enhance participant engagement. And we really have to give Roxana and her committee, a large committee, a big hand for that, because they're always reaching out, connecting, getting a hold of people. We have our club leaders that are getting people involved. That's why people stay in Rotary, because they want to be a part of something and they want to make a difference. And we don't limit participation for being in Rotary for a long time or age. You know, that's not us. We have, you know, 2 19-year-olds on our board of directors and 4 first-year Rotarians. That's how we enhance our participant agreement. And then last, increasing our ability to adapt. Simply, what we did a few years ago, we updated our constitution and bylaws to what Rotary recommended. That provided us more flexibility, and it cleaned out a lot of bad habits from the past. We opened leadership up to members, so our leadership represents our club and the community. We outsourced some key activities, some administrative roles, bookkeeping, social media. So things that need to happen, they're being done. We also have a best-in-class website, and we embrace technology. These are all the different technology tools that we were using as a club. We didn't use any of these 3 years ago. Majority of Rotary clubs didn't use them. They don't even know what some of them are, but it allows us to be adaptive, creative, and move quickly. Those are all the different ways that we have met Rotary's strategic plan of the Rotary Action Plan. And by doing that, together, we see a world where people unite, take action, and create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. This is the vision of our club, and this is also the vision of Rotary International, and that's what we try to achieve. And I think we've done a really good job this year. And next week, I'm going to kind of lay out what our plans are to dig deeper and do more and actually be, we're the best, but the goal is to be better. So there's no time for questions because I am running out of time. So you can email me, call me, text me. But next week, I'm not gonna give myself a $10 donation to Polio Plus. So we're not gonna do that part. But we are gonna talk about what we're gonna do next year. And it's using the same plan, but digging deeper. And now we have more players in our club that are gonna play a part in this, which is really exciting. And we have experts in these areas that have provided a lot of guidance, a lot of ideas. So I'm really excited about where we're going for next year. And like I said, I apologize that we don't have time for questions, but hey. So with that, I want to ask Michelle Thornton if you could lead us in the 4-way test, because we have about a minute left.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. All right, everybody help me out here. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Rotary!
Rotary. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. And know that Rotary starts over again on July 1st, which is Thursday. Bye, everybody.